Hey y'all, this is for the group that chose the Crystal Quantum Quattro, which I highly recommend getting one and working with it. It has so many benefits. Helps you on a quantum level, really, with all of your energy bodies. You'll have to look into it. Okay, so just showing this to you does no justice because you cannot even see the fullness. When I'm looking at it, I can see straight through it, and there's like a bunch of lines and symbols. Now, I got a flashlight because I want y'all to understand that it is see-through. You probably won't be able to see the lines just because of the flashlight, but look. See? You can see the yellow flashlight because it is see-through. I wish I could, show the fullness of it. It's so cool. I don't know if any of y'all ever look at crystals and get messages from them, but this is a crystal you would get several messages from. That being said, let me just look and see if anything comes for the group. I'm seeing an anchor. Seeing an angel. The number 8. Which could also be the infinity sign. I'm also seeing the hourglass figure, like the sand hourglass. I'm seeing the letter Y, which could also represent crossroads or yods, like in birth charts. And I'm seeing what looks like a heart that's been mended, like a healed heart. Like 2 halves of a heart that have been sewn back together. And I'm also seeing a torch, which reminds me of a torch bearer, lighting the way, leading the way, or being led towards the way. See the letter S. The letter A, which is making me think of Andromeda. And I also see a dragon. Okay. If that means anything to any of y'all, take it. So for this group, I've also used the Starseed Oracle by Rebecca Campbell. The Sacred Forest Oracle by Denise Lynn. I'm using my Ascension Oracle decks 1 and 3, regular tarot, and for your guidance I'm using Hummingbird Wisdom. So we're going to start off with the Starseed Oracle. And 5 cards came out for y'all. We got, excuse me if I don't pronounce this correctly, Hiraeth. I want to say Hiraeth because my middle name is Ray and that's in there. It says longing for home, homesick for the stars. Then we got Starbathing, Light Body, Crystal Grid, Transmission, Activation. A lot of pinks and purples in those cards. Then we got Perspective, None of This Matters, Zoom Out, Common Ground. So basically, whatever you have been fixated on, frustrated about, really doesn't deserve your time and energy. That's how small it is in comparison to what truly matters and what is true. Then we got Activated Earth, Power Places, Ley Lines, Trust Where You Are Led. I don't know why that's so blurry. Then we got forge, don't follow, pave a new path, be the leader you wish you had. So, what I'm getting from this is many of you have been probably wishing, when is this going to be over? I don't even want to be here anymore. Like, I know I don't belong here. Like, I just want to go home. Okay? But what you're not understanding is inside of you is home. You can connect to home wherever you truly originate from by going within, connecting to the intelligence within you. Okay? You've been going through, your light body's been coming fully online. Okay? You play a major role with the crystalline grid, the grid of the earth, but also I'm getting the grids above. And you've been receiving transmissions and activations, and you're anchoring these transmissions and activations within the crystal grid, which is such a powerful role to play on this earth. So do not discredit the difference that you make on a daily basis. With perspective and zooming out, whatever you've been focusing on, hyperly focused on, that's not going in your favor, or that's bothering you, annoying, frustrating, I'm getting you need to take your power back from it, zoom out, and understand that it's only still there prominently because you are so hyper-focused on it. Find the common ground, okay? Zoom out and recognize how small whatever it is that's bothering you truly is, and your power to change the circumstances. It is so small compared to the power you hold. Also, I'm getting let go of your attachments to outcomes and things needing to look a certain way in order for things to be unfolding. Because I guarantee you, 12 out of 10 times, things are not going to unfold in the controlling way that you are demanding that they unfold in order for you to believe it. Okay? Everything's always working out for you in your favor and always coming to fruition. It's you that gets in your own way. So with activated earth, power places, ley lines, trust where you're led, whenever you're feeling called to go somewhere or to hang out with certain individuals, converse with certain individuals, go to new locations, different locations, you need to go there because you're being called there, your energy's needed there. Like I said, you work strongly with the crystalline grid, the grids of the earth, the ley lines. These places that you go to, there are powerful ley lines that your energy needs to interact with, because those are power places where you will be receiving. It's like codes within your DNA are going to be activated, and these gene codes are going to be filtering through your subconscious, and this is like profound knowledge you're downloading. But not only that, you are also infusing those ley lines with the transmissions and activations you've been receiving through your light body coming fully online. And then with forge, don't follow, pave a new path, be the leader you wish you had. Stop following the crowd. Just because something has worked for one person does not mean it's going to work for you. You're not here to be a follower. You're here to be a leader. The way that you lead your life and live your life, how you find your purpose and your mission, all stems from you. The blueprint is within you. Don't wait around for someone to tell you or show you what to do. You already know. Just listen and trust and follow where you're being called to go. Follow what you're being called to do. No, you could just be like, day by day, going through your day, irritated, not yet zooming out with your perspective, getting these fleeting ideas that maybe you should meditate, light a candle and stare at it in the dark. You get that every single day, yet you have yet to do it. Do it. You'll be amazed at what that might shift. Okay? Be willing to go against society's norm and programming. Be willing to do things your own unique way. That's going to take you way farther than following directions or taking someone's course that promises you to turn you into a 6-figure moneymaker in each month, okay? You have the blueprint. You hold the sauce. Be the leader, forge the path. It doesn't matter if it doesn't make sense to others, as long as you trust you to lead you. That being said, from the Sacred Forest Oracle, we got Crystal Cave, number 9, Trust. So, you too are also completing a 9-year cycle, just like the Aura Light group. Okay? So pivotal for you to trust at this time. Don't go into fear. Don't go into overanalyzing, overthinking. Get out of your mind as much as possible. Okay? Things may have been rocky lately. They may have been heavy. But as we enter the spring equinox coming up March 19th, you're going to experience a shift because an activation is occurring. This is your second activation card. Okay, you're going to be entering a brand new energy where you were in like the winter, stagnant, hibernation time, where heavy, slow, exhausted. You're going to get a burst of brand new energy. You're going to feel more lively. And it's like suddenly you're going to get clear. Okay? That's also a number 9, okay? 3 plus 6 is 9, number 36. So springtime is going to be a whole new ball game compared to what you've been experiencing since at least November. Okay? Then we got number 11, Dragon, which is power. So through this time of needing extra rest is what I'm getting. You felt exhausted and all you could really do is rest. Felt like you should be doing things, but you had no motivation. That served a purpose. You needed this rest because your power was trying to come fully online. And that light body activation required you to rest because you have to understand when you're sleeping, you're going through profound shifts and healings. So never feel guilty about resting. I'm also getting many of you have powerful dragon guides. Absolutely, that are trying to guide you and help you, but there's a blockage within the communication lines. You're not trusting the information you're receiving. You're not trusting this power. And look, it's like you've been sleeping on your power too, like not recognizing you have the power. You have everything you need to transform and alchemize life in a way that is working for you rather than against you. You're about to be understanding fully just how powerful you are, how supported you are. It's like something's going to occur that's going to truly make you believe that you are fully supported, guided, and provided for, okay? And you're going to feel unstoppable, like a brand new level of confidence. And then, I love this. The number 13 just gets me excited. 13 is a great number. So, this is the eagle spirit, freedom. You're going to finally feel what true freedom is like. As we enter spring, this is going to be like a transitionary phase for you. You're going to step into profound freedom where you are going to spread your wings and you're going to fly. And you're also going to have the wisdom and the keen sight of an eagle, okay? And in that way, you're going to be able to easily zoom out. Especially from things that don't matter, that are just distractions around you in the material world. That are usually just illusions trying to keep you trapped in the 4 walls of your mind like a prison. Okay, you're going to be able to break free from that finally. And this is because you're going to understand what you already are aware what it means to be an alchemist. You have come into the realization that you are an alchemist, but now you've been in this integration phase, which is connected to the power you'll be stepping into, of actualizing what it means to be an alchemist, okay? So that means maybe you absorb some heaviness, some energy, some sucky energy. You can transmute that into power, into positivity, into abundance. They're recognizing that energy was not yours. Yes, you did absorb it, but you can transform it. You can also send it into the earth, allow it to be purified and transformed into something new, and then send it back up through the soles of your feet in a very powerful way, okay? And in order to step into the actualization of what it means to be an alchemist, you have to be willing to take the road less traveled by. That means not paying attention. This means staying in your own lane, doing your own dang thing, not following the crowd, not paying attention to what everyone else is doing, but seeing pathways, or rather creating pathways that most people don't even consider is possible. It's like you're going to gain, it's like your spiritual sight is opening. Your consciousness is expanding in such a way where your imagination is getting very creative, and you're going to see things in places you didn't previously see before. And what I'm getting is like, whatever you understand that you can do is almost like a shortcut. There aren't all these extra steps that are required. There's a straight and narrow path as long as you are willing to take it. Alright? And through taking the road less traveled by really is all about the spiritual realm, the spiritual world. You've been initiated for quite some time on the path of mastering the spiritual realms, okay? Which requires clear discernment, fine-tuning your intuition, tapping into your gifts and abilities, okay? And tuning into your spirit, allowing your spirit to speak and listening clearly, presently listening, and making a deliberate effort to connect to your eternal spiritual essence, okay? That's been the key to freeing yourself from this mental prison. You've been trapped in a mental prison. That means you've been stuck in your mind, and you have not been able to see anything further than the four walls of your mind. Okay, and this has been done deliberately through the frequencies that are sent out in order to keep people stuck in the mind, in limited perceptions and beliefs, controlling people's minds in a very clever way. I'm not going to say the name out loud. I don't know if y'all have heard of the project MKULTRA. Yeah, this is what that is, but that project never ended. They just got a lot more smarter about how they could use what they learned through that project on the masses, the entire world, in sneaky ways, through television, through music, through movies, through sound frequencies that are not even audible to the human ear, which are all telling you, all those things are telling you how you should think, what you should be doing, programming you with sickness, illness, disease, fear. Most importantly, fear with the media, wanting you to stay in fear. Not for a second do they want you to become aware of your true power. So, as you've been stuck in the prison of your own mind, projecting out the same experiences over and over, it's because you've been a puppet on strings, controlled by the opinions and the expectations of others. Again, through the outlets I have just mentioned. You've allowed those things to become your own roadblocks, which are not yours, so you can let it go. the more you can get out of your mind, the better off you will be. You must master the mind through committing to the spirit, by committing to your heart space, allowing yourself to feel safe enough to be in presence in a heart-centered space, listening to your intuition and your heart, because you can trust your heart and intuition. You can't trust the mind. The mind is easily manipulated. Humans are the most easiest species to manipulate. Out of all the dimensions in the third dimension, humans are like toys for other beings to play with, because as a human, you have an eternal spirit and soul. You're able to pull from the invisible spiritual realms into materialized form. There are beings that cannot do that, so they will manipulate you through your mind. So you manifest on autopilot their agendas. They will try and slow you down as much as possible, confuse you. And the more in fear they can have you, the greater their plan works, because they feed off of that fear. They feed off of the confusion. So let this make you mad right now, and take your power back and say no effing more. Because this is the moment you break the chains, see things for what they are. Don't sugarcoat it. Don't try and brush it off as something else, because that is the reality of what has been happening. Break the chains and realize that you are way more powerful than these suckers that have been trying to control the narrative and control your reality in your mind. And the only reason they did that is because they know how powerful you are. They didn't want you to know your power. And now that you will know your power, they can't F with you, because you are way more powerful. So own that power and step into it. Remember, the mind is the only limit. Soon as you go off in every which direction in your mind, you're right back in a prison. Quiet the mind as much as you can. That's what's been delaying you from birthing this new world, this new timeline, this new reality you've been pregnant with for quite some time. 202, as I say that. You had a very unique vision, dream, something you wanted to materialize. And as you came into that understanding of what that was, it was instantaneously created as an etheric form. And you've been pregnant with it. What's gotten in the way is the mind. It's being controlled by frequencies sent your way, programs, keeping you trapped in your mind in a mental cage to slow down and delay the efforts of what magic you're trying to bring forth, what you're trying to materialize. So don't think that whatever you have not yet manifested just simply wasn't meant to be. You were simply interfered with and deliberately blocked from birthing that into your reality sooner than you will now. Now you will be able to birth that world, okay? But remember, that requires you to reclaim your sovereignty. Being sovereign in mind. Okay? Because your thoughts will eventually lead you thinking these thoughts that are not in alignment with your truth. You know they are not in alignment. They don't feel good, but they end up causing emotional charges. So then they synchronize, and then those lead to actions that don't serve you, that keep you very confined in spaces that don't feel good. You are highly supported at this time. You have so much spiritual protection. Okay? Pay attention to feathers when you come across feathers. Pick them up, because something about the energy of those feathers connected to your spiritual helpers is going to grant you strength and power. Okay? Also, pay attention to flocks of birds and the directions that they're flying. Pay attention to how they're reacting. Pay attention to... There's so many, yeah. Because, okay, this spiritual protection is assisting you to ride the waves out of the storm you feel like you've been in forever. And just as I mentioned birds, see, there's birds right here. Pay attention to how the birds are acting, what directions they're going in, or if they seem confused. Pay attention. There's so much truth and information through absorbing and soaking in nature, sitting with nature, becoming one with nature. You will be granted wisdom you otherwise would not have, being glued to your phone, literally becoming merged with AI in that way. Can't put the phone down. You might as well be a robot, okay? So put the phone down, go outside, and connect back to the basis. Because your team is assisting you with remembering your true fullness, how powerful you truly are. You have been cleverly manipulated to believe that you are not powerful, and that's far from true. And it's been a real joke, like, we got one easy on this individual because this individual doesn't know how powerful they are, so we're definitely going to use that to our advantage. So yeah, let that make you mad and take it back. Because if they can use you to manipulate what you're creating to serve their agenda, manipulate your frequency and energy on a certain wavelength to prevent you from stepping into that destined space that you set out to step into before even coming here, because you carry a larger mission and role. They will do everything that they can, but as soon as you see the truth for what it is, they no longer hold power over you. Then you can control your frequency, your vibration, what you're giving your attention to. You can be in the now, because all that matters is the now in this moment. Make each moment count, because you know what? You can't go to the past and change the past. So what's the point of fretting on what happened in the past? You cannot experience tomorrow today, or a year from now today. So be in your moment now. That moment counts, and each moment, what you're doing in those moments is what determines what you will be stepping forth into. So make sure what you're doing is of importance and not just a distraction to keep you out of the reality you're in. Because at this time, you're being tested on if you truly want to be free. Because if you truly want to be free, then you will set yourself free. And this is done through choosing your battles wisely. This card says people believe what they want to believe. So this is through your thoughts and your beliefs. See how beliefs and thoughts, repetitive thought over and over again, will become a belief. If you are consciously thinking and not just thinking on autopilot, start thinking out loud if you need to become aware of your most dominant thoughts. That's creating and opening portals. They're invisible portals, but you're stepping right on through them. You are adding power and momentum to these black holes, into these phantom matrices and artificial realities that are not really of your choosing. You're just being duped into going into. So the key to becoming free is resting every part of you within your faith. No matter what you see outside of you, all change begins within. It all starts within. You create from within, and that's how you start changing outside of you. You can't change anyone or anything outside of you, but you can change you. Start from within, and then people outside of you and everything outside of you will begin to reflect that back and mirror it to you. But as long as you are anchoring yourself within faith, in yourself, in your soul, in your power, in the support you have, You are in alignment with your core truth, your authenticity. And truth, my friend, is a force of nature. Look, once again, birds. Birds, I don't know if y'all can see that. I don't know what's going on here. There's a bunch of birds. And see, that's a really firm tree that's rooted in the ground. That tree has rooted itself in the ground, therefore it is sturdy and stabilized, and it's abundant with all those leaves. That's how truth operates. You will be stable, firm, unmovable. Pay attention to how birds are interacting with you. It's like they're communicating messages to you. And through honoring your faith and being in alignment with your core truth, that's when you will start attracting in your true soul tribe members. People that are like-minded, that also feel safe and are very supportive of your growth and your dreams. People you know you can count on and rely on in moments of need. It's like you've been going through this soul family activation. Like, what I'm getting is like your monad group. These are souls that have been split off from the same core group frequency or something. You're from the same origins, and you've always been destined to cross paths. You recognize these individuals instantaneously by how you feel. Not by how someone looks, not by what someone says, but the feeling, the resonance. Trust the feeling. Don't trust words. Don't trust what you see. Trust how you feel. Go with the feeling. And these soul family members that are coming in are key. They are going to help you rise into your power like never before. And you will find that together you are reaching whole new spiritual heights. Where you are, it's like when you cross paths with certain individuals, you might have already started doing this. Your power, your gifts are going to be activated or strengthened. You will feel that. I mean, you will have an interaction with them, and maybe within 6 to 24 hours, you start experiencing amplified gifts. You already had an amplification of them, a greater trust in them, or brand new gifts are coming online. These interactions, crossing of paths, are significant to your evolution. So, in this phase, you are truly stepping into the magician you are. You're going to be understanding you have all that, you've always had everything that you need. There's nothing outside of you that you need. Everything you could ever need to do, be, or have anything is within you. You hold the power. The answers you've been seeking outside of you are within you. And that's the last place people think to check. So literally, you're going to pick up your wand and you're going to understand that you have not been as limited as you believed. You're going to see there are several different options available. You thought there was one option for you, one way of things happening, and you were so fixated on that and bummed out because it didn't unfold how you believed it should be unfolding. It didn't look the way you thought it would. You're going to begin to see an expanded perception and understanding that there are multiple different ways for things to unfold. There are multiple different options. So before taking action on something, pause and consider all your options, because there's more than just one option. So say you perceive a situation to be one way you take offense to. Pause and consider that maybe it's not that at all, and it's really something else, and you're feeling that way because you experienced some kind of trigger. So rather than being reactive and attacking whatever or whoever has triggered you, consider the other options of what may be going on. But you could apply this in many ways. And through this, you will be finally completing a level of mastery when it comes to the ways in which you direct and project your energy out, what you give focus to, what you are allowing yourself to believe and feed. This is going to bring things full circle, where you have learned many lessons. This is also making me think of the 4 cardinal directions. And also the 4 elements. It's like you're integrating, you're understanding that you are all of the elements. Just like you have all the tools you need, you are all of the elements, you are all of the directions. And the importance of honoring the season you are in, because it's always preparing you for the next season. Okay? Honor the seasons you're in, even if the season is going slow. It's only so you get enough rest for the quick moving season you will soon be stepping into. This is also making me think of you stepping into your raw, naked authenticity, being transparent, no longer pretending or fitting in. Stop fitting in by taking on the limitations, the programming, the rules and beliefs of those around you and society's programming, and walking to the beat of your own drum, knowing that as long as you are authentic to yourself and you are pure, you are surrounded with powerful protection. Again, we have the eagle. So eagle is a powerful spirit animal for you at this time. We also have the lion. That is a powerful animal totem for you. The feminine energy. And the bull. So this is also making me think that during the month of May, so Taurus season and Leo season are going to be very significant for you. It's like you're closing out this session with, as we approach the spring equinox, you're closing out this cycle, this level of mastery of yourself. And by the time Taurus season comes, you will be utilizing that mastery you have integrated in a way that is powerful, and you would have never even guessed that what you went through was because of what you will be stepping into during Taurus season. And then that Taurus season adding up to Leo season to something even greater and profound. But at this time, you are receiving a judgment call. Okay, you're being called to choose. To choose the higher path, the path of your higher self, or to choose to sleepwalk and be controlled by outside forces. And this choice is everything. It's going to determine which way the wheel spins. Either the wheel is going to spin in your favor through the choice that you make and commit to, or it's going to turn in the direction you have been in for quite some time, okay? So it's like you've been trying to reach this balance and understanding of what you're supposed to. You're going back and forth between, I feel like what this is, like, this blind faith, this trust in the unknown that you don't have logical proof of, and utilizing your imagination is foreign to you, opposed to logic and what society has taught you to be true and the right way. You've been going back and forth with this, like, unable to make a decision because the blind faith, the imagination, the unorthodox ways of being are not really highly supported by most around you. People might label you crazy. So that being said, I feel like many of you need to let go of what other people think about you. Because who cares? As long as you know who you are, that's all that matters. Stay in your lane in that way. Don't start wondering, what will they think? How do they perceive me? Who fucking cares? Who fucking cares? Next time you start worrying, be like, who the fuck cares? To be truthful with y'all, most people are so consumed in their own mind about themselves, they don't have any free time to sit there and think about all these opinions about you because they're too worried about themselves. So this is where you can choose, make a choice of the higher path of embodying your higher self, your true essence, or you can choose to remain chained in the lower world by the devil. It's like you can either choose to ascend into heaven, or you can choose to remain chained to the hell others have already laid out for you and have carved a name above your spot for you to sit in and be chained to. The choice is yours. To continue following the crowd in society, you'll stay here in the underworld. A victim, powerless, in poverty, held back, restrained, in toxicity, frustration. But if you choose the higher path to ascend to heaven, by choosing to create your very own heaven and your own sovereignty, you will experience freedom, bliss, the sun shining on you. You will recognize that there's no mountain you cannot overcome because you are the one that put the mountain there. So if you can put a mountain in front of you, surely you can move that mountain. You will see that most things that you stressed out about before are not that big of a deal. So choose the higher path. Answer the call of your higher self. Allow your higher self to be fully embodied because you're not meant to be separate. Alright, and y'all's guidance. We got bird bath. Cleanse your dusty wings so you can fly more freely. I had a feeling. Okay, so many of you have been absorbing so much shit, so much dense energy, negativity. Everywhere you go, whoever you're surrounded by, you're so sensitive and you're just taking on everything as your own, and you're not able to discern if something's yours or not yours. And even worse, you're holding on to that energy and it's weighing you down. You're not allowing it to flow out of you. Any kind of emotion or energy should not be held on to. It should be flowing. Natural. When something's natural, it's in a flow. Comes in, goes out. Comes in, goes out. Energy cleansing baths weekly. At least start off taking 3 to 4 a week, if not one every single night. Put a little tiny drop. Okay, so energy cleansing baths. You could use sea salt. You could use Himalayan salt. You could get real classy with it and do sea salt and Himalayan salt. So I would do, if you're just using sea salt, I would do 2 full cups of sea salt in the bath. If you're going to add in Himalayan, I would do 1.5 cups of sea salt and a cup of Himalayan salt. And also, what's really, really good for you, and many of you probably need this since it's popped in my mind, is adding in magnesium flakes into your bath. Game changer. The body needs magnesium. If you have special oils, like essential oils or oil mixtures, put about 2 to 3 drops. However much you are comfortable with. I mean, obviously not too much. Whatever it may be, do that, and that will be able to make you clear as day moving forward. If you maintain that energetic hygiene, you are clearing away energies that don't belong to you. Because it's inevitable when you are sensitive, you're going to absorb everything that belongs to others. And that's where, actualizing being an alchemist comes into play, right? Recognizing you are sensitive and you are powerful enough to absorb energies and also allow them to move through you. Therefore, yes, you are healing others, but you're consciously doing it, understanding that that's what's happening, so it's not hurting you in the process. You are powerful enough and aware enough to allow it, to let it go, to move it through. Okay, then you got migrating into new territory. As the breezes grow cooler, it's time for a change. So you're being called to change up your routine in these ways. This is also so cleansing your energy in order to maintain your own energy fields and know what's yours and what's not yours, and to strengthen your gifts and abilities and actually begin consciously using your power that you have and always have had, but also spending time out in nature. There's a need to get some fresh air. Also, start incorporating like flowers and plants in your bedroom, at least around the house. But you need to spend time in the natural beauty of the outdoors, okay? Because you are on this earth, you are part of the earth. It's important that you maintain connection to the earth. If you spend time out in nature, nature will begin speaking to you. You sit next to a tree, you will gain profound knowledge and epiphany. You will become clear in mind. Just taking a walk, a nature walk, you will start truly connecting with your higher guidance. And I highly recommend talking out loud as you're doing this. Put in ear pods if you want, and it can look like you're having a conversation with someone if you don't want people to think you're like a crazy person talking to yourself. People just think you're talking on the phone, but talk out loud to your guides, because there is so much wisdom and abundance to be attained through spending time in nature and becoming one with nature. Walk barefoot outside in the grass, in the dirt. Connect with bodies of water, the river. Whatever body of water you can get close to. Put your hands in the river, put your hands in the ocean, put your feet, whatever. Even lakes, it doesn't matter. But even taking those cleansing baths is going to be you connecting to water. Water is a portal. It is a conduit that offers a straight link to the quantum field where all possibilities exist. And it also offers you the ability. I found this out on my own. I didn't mean to. I wasn't trying to. I personally believe we have every gift anyone could ever have. It's all about bringing that gift online, remembering, activating it, and practicing it. You must practice your skills and abilities to become one with them, to become familiar with them. So I was in the bath one day, and I began, first it started, so in my bath I have a shower, a clear glass shower wall, and I was taking a bath, and there was like water condensation. I began to see symbols on there, and it was so profound. I don't know where this is coming from, I'm going to tell y'all. I saw this portal, right? There was this portal, and there was a line of people on each side of the portal, okay? And this isn't necessarily a portal people saw, but they were walking the path, they're walking the way they were called to, and it's like someone from each side was crossing the portal at the same time, meeting each other in the middle. And that was very significant. And the order that each person was walking, like who walked to the portal at what time, was very important as well. It's like a higher divine order and orchestration. So anyways, as you're spending time out in nature, you will find that you will begin entering the true space and essence of synergy. Because as you embrace the beauty of nature, you indulge in nature, you are back to the basis. You are part of the earth. Nature is part of the earth. We are nature. And through that dedication of savoring nature, appreciating nature any chance you get, your heart and your dreams begin to blossom through that fulfilling symbiotic partnership. Okay, so synergy. And see, fresh air and flowers, like, even if you open up your windows in your home and allow fresh air in, let the old air out. Again, I see feathers. I can't remember. Yeah. Pay attention to feathers. What you're thinking about when you see feathers. Ask for signs in the form of... Ask your spirit guides for a sign in a specific way. Like, show me a white feather, or just any feather, a bird's feather, if this is what I should be doing. Whatever, okay? Just ask a very intentional question that is specific, and to receive a specific answer, so you will know what the answer is. But by spending time out in nature, you will find you're tapping into sparkling jewels that have been beneath the surface all along, and nature is helping to bring that forth, okay? You will find that you have tapped into the universe's infinite flow of abundance. Okay, and so you're going to want to open your arms and accept your treasures with a grateful heart, because nature is so abundant. It is so natural. It goes through its own seasons and phases. If you think about it, looking at a tree can teach you a lot about abundance and letting go. A tree does not hold on to each one of its leaves because it's afraid that no more leaves will grow. It allows the leaves of its being to die off and fall away, trusting that new leaves will soon sprout growth, fresh, beautiful, green, vibrant leaves. So it doesn't cling on to the old, trying to savor something that's ready to go and be transformed into another energy. It is abundant in that way. So there's a lot of abundance found through surrender and letting go. Don't forget that. Alright, y'all. I hope this helps. Please let me know in the comments if this has resonated for you.